Some of you guys have been asking, how do you keep your slider out of your shot if you're doing a push-in or dolly shot? So I have Bryce here with me. He is a new recruit to Rhino, managing our dealer sales, and he's also a pro at video, just so happens. So he's gonna be building a fire because it's fall here now officially in the Northwest and it's freaking cold and wet. So let's go inside and I'll show you how we're gonna pull the shot off. Let's get out. All right, what I have set up right now is a 42-inch Evo Pro Rhino slider on a single tripod. I have a Sony a7S II with a 24mm Rhino lens. It's a full frame sensor with a wide angle lens. This is kind of your worst case scenario when you're shooting down the rails. So I'm gonna record and just show you what this looks like if I were to actually shoot down the rails. You can totally see the slider in the shot. You're not gonna use this shot ever. So in this scenario, really the only option you have is to turn your camera off to the side until your slider's out, and then you can pull off the shot you want. All right, so I'm just gonna set my speed to what I want, and then do my focus pull. And I'm looking at my distance on my lens, and I'm also looking at my peaking on the fire. That looks pretty solid. All right, so for the next method, I'm actually shooting directly down my rails. I'm still on the a7S II, but I switched my lens to a 35mm focal length, which is more of what I shoot on with this. And the rails are still a little bit in the frame. So if I put this down, you'll see exactly where the rails are right now. And so all I'm doing is just clipping them a tiny bit so they're out of the frame. So I'm using the angle of the slider, which if you have a built-in ball in your slider, it's really handy to do this because your tripod legs are flat and you angle your slider using the ball. This tripod's pretty awesome. We'll put the link in the description. So this one, instead of the fire, Bryce is gonna be my subject. And so I'm gonna set my slider to say 4/6 speed, come over, start my focus pull. And I'm able to push in the entire length of the shot. That's pretty much it. So the third and final tip, if you don't want to angle your camera, if you don't want to angle your slider, your only other option is to use focal length to get the slider out of your shot. So I'll show you where the slider is right now. Right on the end there, it's kind of out of focus. There's the slider. Nope, there's the slider. There's Bryce. And I'm gonna pull it right out so you can't see it. If you're doing more of an anamorphic, like 2.35:1 crop, and you have a monitor, you can actually frame it up a little bit easier so you can have even more bandwidth, use a wider lens, but this looks pretty solid to me. So I'm gonna start, I'll go to my 6. Start pulling a little focus here. All right, perfect, nailed it. All right, so I hope those 3 tips were helpful for you to learn how to not get your slider in your shot. There's a lot of different ways. If you guys come up with any other ways that you know of, please comment below, subscribe, let us know what you guys want to see. We'll see you next week.